Okay, I want to talk about something very, very important. It's the concept of mobility, right? I think too many times we confuse mobility and flexibility. It is not the same thing. Flexibility is passive range of motion. Mobility is active range of motion. So what does that mean? That means the range of motion while maintaining tension, while maintaining torque, right? That's what we're looking at. So again, mobility is range of motion while maintaining torque. There are two types of torque, as you've seen in the video, right? You have internal torque and external torque. That means internal, external. That means that for the same position, you have two different mobilities. If I put my arm overhead, now I have two kinds of mobility. I have the mobility for internal torque, engaging the pec, whereas mobility for external torque, which means engaging the latissimus dorsi. It is not going to be the same. So we can't just say arms overhead. We have to specify arms overhead while going toward internal torque or while going toward external torque. It changes things dramatically once you understand that part of the concept. But again, what matters the most is torque. That's what mobility is. It's about being active. It's about creating tension. So at the same amount of torque, what does that mean? That means while the range of motion increases or basically stay the same, like the load increases, right? So let's say I carry the weight in front of me, so the fulcrum stays the same, that's the range of motion. While the load increases, you will see my mobility decreasing, right? Because it will follow basically the load because the load follows torque, or in that case, torque follows load. Therefore, as the weight, that's what you've seen on the snatch, when the weight is light, you can go as far as you can, and as the weight gets heavier, you start to lose that mobility forward and everything because the pec has to start to engage, and you have less amount of torque, therefore less mobility as the weight increases, right? So we have to understand that mobility is something that is about being active, right? But it also relates to the different kind of torque, and the amount of torque that you can create will determine your mobility. So in that sense, mobility and strength are the same. In order to increase mobility, I need to increase strength. There is no mobility without strength. Without strength, we're talking about flexibility, not mobility. Okay, it's a very important concept that we will talk about at the seminar if you haven't seen it, or that to refresh you what I talked about at the seminar if this is a video you're watching after.